Good afternoon, good evening, and hello from Seattle Pacific University. This is Juan Cotto and Daniel Bellis on the campus of Seattle Pacific University for the Metro League Championships. We are here tonight for the first game, the first championship game. The Blanchet Braves, the varsity girls, are taking on the Seattle Prep Panthers for the Metro League High School Basketball Championship. And we are so excited to be here at beautiful Brome Pavilion, and it has been almost like it's been renovated since the last time I was here. Brome Pavilion looks absolutely spectacular this evening. So great to be having basketball action in an NCAA Division II facility, and we are really excited tonight. And once again, an exciting basketball championship game to be contested. And oh, has 2021 been a year? Seattle Prep and Blanchet fought through this Metro League tournament to get here. It was an abbreviated schedule, and this is basically, in essence, for both schools, their state championship. And the way they did it with the COVID was they were going to go ahead and play all of the Seattle schools in the Metro League. So the Metro League schools were playing against each other. And then they, with the playoffs, they went ahead and seeded all the teams into the playoffs. They have the playoffs, and then they culminate with this championship game today. So there will be no more basketball after tonight. This is basically, in essence, their final game and their championship game for these young ladies out here. And so, obviously, Blanchet is coming out here from North Seattle. Tell you a little bit about their program as we get started. And they're being introduced as we speak. And then, of course, Seattle Prep is waiting for their introduction. I'm here on my phone with my man Daniel Bellis, who's going to be helping me produce this and helping me read through the radio spots you'll hear tonight. So many great sponsors for Rainier Avenue Radio, telling stories once again of our children in the communities. It's always amped up a little bit when we have Metro League championship basketball or state championship basketball of any sort. Here come the Seattle Prep Panthers. They're being introduced. They have white and blue uniforms, and they are being sent out there right now. I will get all of this stuff updated as we go along. Did not have rosters presented to me when we got here, so I will be making all of this up, as you know I always do, as we go along. But we'll get everything kind of going here and see if I can catch up with the names of the teams and get this thing going for you because it is basketball action here in the Metro League. Looking forward to seeing this tonight. And once again, we will see if we can track down the records of these young ladies. We can see if we will get this all going forward. So here comes
That would
Blanchet.
be 12-0 Seattle Prep undefeated. Bishop Blanchet 9-3.
There we go. So I knew Daniel Bells would have all that information for me. That is my longtime buddies. You know, from my haunts over when I was the development director at St. Joseph School as we pay respects to the United States as they do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country. And so, as I was saying, though, the point guard for Blanchet, Miss Gracie Savage, number 5, is heading out onto the court, and that's going to be exciting to see her play. The first time I've been able to see Miss Gracie Savage play. Got to make sure my wife knows that Gracie's playing. We have, let's see, for Blanchet, number 10. That is Ava DiPietro. Ava, and here comes Blanchet with the basketball. That is number 13. That is Layla Hassan with the basketball. And there's Gracie Savage. So excited to see her out on the court. I've known her since she was born, for crying out loud. Blanchet working the basketball around. Savage at the top of the key, goes down the key, floats up, a pass out to the outside, little in and out action. And there it goes to number 10 for Blanchet. That is DiPietro with the basket. So 2-0 on a nice little drive from DiPietro. Long three-pointer. Long three-pointer by number 14 for Seattle Prep. That is Damia Strickland with that long three-pointer. And that makes the score 3-2. We're just getting started. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hello, how you doing, everybody? Basketball action from the Royal Brome Pavilion on the Seattle Pacific University campus. Here comes Seattle Prep with the basketball, dribbling down the court. The young lady with that long three-pointer, that was Tamia Strickland. Outside to number 30 for a shot. That is Stewart off the rim, no good. Rebound. The Blanchet Braves with the basketball. Here they come up the floor. That's number 13 with the basketball. Her name is um, Layla Hassan, and Layla runs the ball up the floor. She runs into some trouble at the free throw line, tosses it out of bounds. It'll be Seattle Prep basketball. Turnover for the Braves. Looking forward to seeing how these. If Prep, it looks like would be the favorite in this, I believe, with their 14 and 0 record. Did you say? I believe they're 14 and 0 Seattle Prep.
No, it was third, 12 and 0.
12 and 0 for Prep.
They came in as the number 1 seed for the girls, obviously with an undefeated record. Bishop Blanchet was a number 4 seed.
Here comes Savage coming and bringing the ball over the floor. There's Layla Hassan with the basketball. Throws it into the corner to number 10. That is DiPietro. DiPietro finds Hassan over there on the top of the key. She drives down the lane, throws up a layup. It's no good. Rebound goes to number 34. That's Marilyn Priest. Marilyn Priest with the basket. And that puts Blanchet up 4-3. Turnover from Seattle Prep. A pass tried to go inside. Hassan with the basketball to Savage on the wings. Savage takes the ball under the basketball, knocked out of bounds on a nice defensive play by Seattle Prep, running over there and catching that basketball and making it. So it looks like Blanchet likes to get the ball up and down the floor a little bit. That's Priest with the basketball, flips it out to Savage. Back to Priest on the wing. Here comes the dribble drive. Top of the key, long jumper, and it goes in and out and in. Nice long jumper for that young lady. That's actually trying to assemble the numbers here, trying to get everybody to the number run. That was Marilyn Priest with that long jumper. There's a foul on that play. The ball was inside and kind of rolling around in there. So Tamia Strickland for Seattle Prep will be at the line. She gets 2 shots. And Madeline Priest picks up the foul. That would be her first foul of the ball game. Strickland with the first free throw, and it's just off. Get up the back of the iron. Bounces the ball a couple times. There's a shot. It's through the net. So that makes the score Blanchet 7, Seattle Prep 4. There's a little aggressive foul route there as they were trying to get the ball at the floor. Prep put on a little bit of a press, and Emma Nisbet got a little bit aggressive and slapped that gal on the hand, and that would be a foul. You can't do that. Can't slap people on the hand in basketball. And Emma picks up her first foul. Here comes the basketball down the court. Here's number 20 with the ball. That was Marilyn Priest.
Well, slapping people on the hands is not slapping is a good rule in any place.
It really isn't. Clark with the basket. Number 20. That is Talon Clark with the basket. And a little sloppy pass gets turned over, and here comes the Blanchet Braves back up the floor. Blanchet working the ball at the top of the key. Let the ball get loose a little bit, but it's picked up by Hassan. Hassan dribbles to her left. Down the key. Working the ball around real nicely into a triangle. That is Priest with the basketball. Flips it out to Gracie Savage for a long three-pointer from the right wing. Gets off no good. And here comes Seattle Prep flying down the floor again. Prep with the basketball. Couple of nice moves. Gets the ball out to the wing. There goes Strickland with the basketball again. Outside shot by number 23. Always that's Megan Moffitt wearing Michael Jordan's jersey. Trying to keep up with the numbers for everybody, and it's a little bit difficult. Let's see. Talon Clark just missed a shot. Here comes Seattle Prep back down the floor. Ball goes inside to number 24. That's Dose with the basketball,
Try
flips it
to
outside.
work with
Tried to
this
go to
thing.
Moffitt, and she threw the ball away
Try
accidentally.
to
So
work
here
with
comes a
that
little
thing.
substitutions right now. A couple of folks coming on the floor for Blanchet and and we will get those substitutions for you as we go. Once again, making it up as I go along, as I usually do on Rainier Avenue Radio World, our community radio station, your community radio station. Here comes the Blanchet Braves on the floor. Hassan Priest, shot from the outside. It goes down. And Blanchet gets off to a quick 11-4 start. 3:27 to go in the first quarter. It is Blanchet on top of the Seattle Prep Panthers on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. Prep working the ball outside, looking to get back into this. 3:16 to go in the quarter. Here goes down the lane. Goes off of her leg. That was a nice drive, a very aggressive drive by the Seattle Preps. Number 23. Number 23, that was Megan Moffitt, and that ball went off of her leg. So here comes Blanchet down. That was Priest with a shot off the rim. No good. Here comes Seattle Prep with the basketball. Rebound by number 1. And that was Layla Nabil. She gets the basketball outside to number 14. Strickland's 3-pointers off the rim. It's no good. Rebound Prep. Prep tried to make a pass. And Gracie Savage steals that ball. So here comes Blanchet back up the floor. Hassan with the dribble with her right hand. Crossover dribble down the game into Priest, and that's good. Maddie Priest with the basket. And this game is slowly starting to get away from Seattle Prep at 13-4 with 2:25 to go in the first quarter. Prep rotating the basketball outside. Number 24 with a jumper. That was McKenna Docent. Ball up the rim, no good, but the rebound comes out to Prep. Layla Michael with the basketball, flips it out to Layla Nabale inside, and it gets stolen by Blanchet. And the ball goes off of a Seattle Prep arm and out of bounds and back to Blanchet. Here comes Gracie Savage to inbound the basketball. 13-4, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Gracie Savage trying to flip the ball. All she does, she finds Hassan. Hassan finds the girl cutting down the wing. That's number 20, and a nice play by her. Gee whiz. Number 24, Blanchet, is Kaylin Clark. Clark goes flying down, and she makes that lay-in, and now this game is 15-4. Blanchet on top by 11 with 1:36 to go. Prep with the basketball, working it inside. Nice drive in there. Nice drive in there by number 14. That was Camila Strickland. She just went ahead and did a big Euro step and got that ball in. Clark down the lane. Off the rim, no good. Here comes Prep back up the floor. Prep flying up the floor. That's number 33 with the basketball. Her name is... Ball being worked around by Prep. Prep being very patient on offense. Unfortunately, the ball gets turned over. Back to Blanchet. Your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio World. And it is a minute to go in the first quarter. Blanchet is up 15-6. Hassan flips the ball outside. There goes Clark with a long jumper, a little too far out. But a nice hustle rebound by Hassan. And that is a foul on Seattle Prep. So actually, that'll be a foul on. Looks like they're going to call Hassan with the foul across the arm. But she got down there and really did a nice job to fight for that rebound. 48 seconds to go in the first quarter, and in a quarter that has gone very quickly and a lot of action and up and down the floor, and no one has called a timeout. So here comes Seattle Prep down the floor. That's number 33 with the basketball right there. Her name is Lydia Michael. And Prep trying to work the basketball around. Foul called. That's going to be on Tanita Clark. That's her first foul. Lydia down there with the basketball. Lydia Michael with the basketball. Flips it out for a three-point attempt by number 22. That is Chamberlain misses, and here comes Blanchet with the basketball. Blanchet, let's see if they go for one shot or will they go for the basket right now. They went ahead and tried to be a little too aggressive, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be Seattle Prep's basketball. Tamia Strickland checks right back into the basketball game. 15-6. The Panthers on top of the Braves on top of the Panthers. The Blanchet Braves leading it. Here comes uh, Lydia Michael with the basketball. Rep working through their offense on the top of the key. Goes the ball. Michael with the ball out on the wing. Down to Strickland underneath with 2 seconds with one. Strickland with a nice turnaround, and she gets the ball in to cut the lead to 7. So Prep gets a couple of late buckets to take a dire situation, and really they're back in the ball game, only down by 7, 15-8 at the end of the first quarter for the Seattle Prep, for the Blanchet Braves over the Seattle Prep Panthers. You're listening to Juan Cotto with Daniel Bellis here at your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Once again, telling the story of our kids in the community as we are calling the Metro League Boys and Girls Championship Basketball games from Seattle Pacific University. And we're excited to be here, and we are excited to be working with staff and with family and friends. We hope that people who are not attending can get an opportunity to listen to the broadcast and enjoy the high school basketball experience. Obviously, these young ladies' season and the young boys' seasons were cut short this year due to COVID-19, but they are out playing basketball, and we are so excited to be a part of it, and we're so excited to share with you on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Daniel, do we have sponsors to mention?
We always got sponsors. They help us make things possible, Juan. But Public Health King County has been with us since the start here on Rainier Avenue Radio. All of us have struggled through the COVID-19 pandemic, and many of our communities have been particularly hard hit. Some things definitely need to change, but a few things should stay the same, like protecting your child from serious diseases you can prevent now. Preventable diseases like measles, mumps, and, of course, whooping cough.
Thank you so much for that public service announcement. Seattle Prep with the basketball, dribbling it at the top of the key, moving the ball around on their offense. And here comes Strickland at the top. Makes a nice pump fake, throws up a jumper, trying to follow up with what she did at the end of the quarter. See if she could get a quick twofer like the New England Patriots. Get the last basket of the quarter, the first basket of the other quarter, but she couldn't get that shot to go down from the free throw line. It is Blanchet's ball. Gracie Chavage to Hassan to Priest. Priest back across the floor. A dangerous pass that's get intercepted by Preps Molly Moffitt. Moffitt takes one big step and goes out of bounds. It is back to Blanchet basketball. Blanchet back with their starting 5 in there. That's Savage, DiPietro, Hassan, Priest, and Talia Clark. Actually, a foul was called on that play. So they called a foul. First free throw is good. For Seattle Prep, that is number 20. The number on the line. I didn't even, that is their number 23 on the line. That is Megan Moffitt. And the free throw's no good, but she helps after the rebound, flips it out to Strickland. Strickland for a three-pointer. There's 3 different lines on that floor, and she was beyond all 3 of them. So I don't know if that gets her 9 points. I think it gets her 3, but it cuts the lead to 15-12, and Blanchet right in front of their coaching staff calls timeout. So with 7:17 to go in the second quarter, what was once a 15-4 lead, Seattle Prep runs off 8 straight points. It is now Seattle Prep 12 and Blanchet 15, holding on to a 3-point lead.
Yeah, and this Bishop Blanchet team has been quite impressive in these playoffs, especially when they knocked off number 1 seed Franklin in the first round. They actually outscored Franklin 28-3 in the third quarter after trailing them at the half by 9. Very impressive for a number 4 seed. And that is one reason why they're here, especially after also knocking off holding names as well.
So good to see the Franklin High School girls program back again. They had a very, very, very tough time for a while, but it's good to see that Franklin is back. And even though they did not reach this, once again in this strike sort of season, so hard to really criticize anything, and let alone the effort And I'm just glad to see that Franklin is back. Here comes the basketball outside. Oh, a double dribble. DiPietro started moving before she picked up the ball, and unfortunately, she traveled. So that ball goes back to Seattle Prep now with 7:02 and a lot of momentum on their side. Your community radio station, Juan Cotto, Daniel Bellis on Rainier Avenue Radio World. Stewart lays it in. 15-14 Blanchet. Seattle Prep on a 10-point run. And it was almost stopped. That ball by Dietro, about a 16-footer, goes all the way in and bounces out. Here comes Prep on the fast break. That's Stewart with the basketball. She goes in, and I think she's going to get fouled. And that will be a shooting foul. And she was trying to get the lay-in, and I think she's fouled by number 20. That is Talia Clark. So now 10 straight points in a row for the Seattle Prep Panthers, playing suffocating defense and also benefiting from missed shots by the Braves. And now number 11 for Blanchet is checking in. That is, Kia Mulder, and number 12, Kaya Hansen come in. So Mater and Holzer come in. Mater of Cars fame. Radiator Springs. Mater's in the ball game, and number 12, Hansen, number 12, check into the game. As the ball goes out of bounds, knocked away by Seattle Prep, it'll be Blanchet's basketball. It's going to be Mater with the ball, and she's checking it. She will check it in. Look, she's trying to get the basketball to number 13, Hassan, who's closely covered by Stewart. Moffitt is right there also. As the referees are conferring, they're going to change the shot clock. Reset it after 25 seconds as the ball did go out to Seattle Prep. So here comes Hassan up the floor. 11 consecutive points by Seattle Prep. What was once a 15-4 lead is now 15-15 with 6:23 to go in the second quarter. I'm Juan Cotto. Daniel Bellis is with me at Seattle Pacific University. Rainier Avenue Radio World, our community radio station, your community radio station. And we are telling the stories of our kids in the community. As Talia Clark misses a short jumper, back outside for Blanchet. Another jumper taken by number 11. Hansen is off the rim. No good. Here comes Strickland down the floor for Prep down the left side. Ball poked away by Hassan. Here's Stewart with the basketball. She's dribbling to her right. Flips outside to Strickland, left-handed jumper, smooth jumper, no good, and a little collision there after the rebound. That foul's going to be on Strickland as she and Hansen were going for the basketball, and Strickland kind of ran into her. So tough call, hustle call, but one that actually probably saved a basket. 15 all, 5:58 to go in the second quarter. Rainier Avenue Radio World. Juan Cotto, Seattle Pacific University across the floor. What a beautiful facility here. A long-time facility, Brome Gymnasium, Brome Auditorium, and one of the classic places to watch a NC2A Division II basketball game. Hopefully we'll be seeing basketball here again soon at the collegiate level. Ball rotated around. Long jumper by number 12, Mater. Mater knocks one in. That's the first basket. Stops an 11-point run. It's now 18 Blanchet. Seattle Prep 15. That was a big one. Stop that run. Prep working the basketball in a triangle. Out to number 24. That is Dorsch. She misses a long shot. Might have been a three-pointer. Strickland inside. Flashes the ball outside to number 33 down the lane. That was Lydia Michael. Lydia Michael goes down the lane, and she lays it in, and that makes it 18 for Blanchet. Prep 17. She cuts that three-point lead down to 1. So Seattle Prep on a 13-3 run, cutting that lead down to 1 point. And here comes a little bit of a substitution right here for Seattle Prep checking into the ball game. Is number 1. Let's see, Layla Nabil. Layla Nabi. Nabi? Not pronounce these names. Sometimes you have a hard time pronouncing these names. I wish I could have got here a little bit earlier so I can get that. So I apologize to anybody who gets upset with my pronunciations. And if you have the pronunciation, email it to Daniel Bellis because I sure could use it. Here comes Prep down the floor after a missed attempt by Blanchet. And there's a foul on that one. That's called on number 14. Oh, that's actually on Hosen. So um, the Panthers will have the ball, and I think that's a second foul on number 13, Hosen, as Strickland tried to muscle one up, and it goes over the rim. Here comes Clark with a nice little dribble move down the middle of the floor. She flips the ball over to number 12. That is Mater off the rim. No good. Rebound goes to Molly Moffitt. Strickland with the basketball, crosses the timeline, sends it over to the corner to number 33. That's Michael with a long three-pointer, and it goes off the rim. And Daniel Bellis, these girls are shooting from downtown. 3 rings on the floor, and they're shooting from well beyond the third ring.
Yes, especially on the Prep side of the equation. 2 of their players are over 1,000 points in their careers at Seattle Prep, including Molly Moffitt for one.
Wow. And those are the types of shots you take to get 1,000 points in your career. You got to make them. And there's a nice long pass from Hosen over to number 11, Hansen. And Hansen just couldn't convert, but that was a beautiful long throw across the floor from about midcourt, finding Hansen with the basketball. So here comes Prep back up the floor. Strickland at the top of the key. Flips it over to Naveen. Down to the corner to number 23, Moffitt. And Naveen thought about taking that three-pointer, but she was closely guarded by Hansen. Ball inside, flips back out now to Strickland. Strickland makes a move. And what a great defensive play by Marilyn Priest, who was able just to really distract that shot to where it could not get in, and it will be Seattle Preps basketball. Checking it out, they are 3:22 to go in the second quarter. It is Bishop Blanchet 18, the Seattle Prep Panthers 17. 1-point game. What was once an 11-point lead by the Braves has now been pushed down to 1. And substitutes coming in. Here we go. We have for Blanchet coming off the floor, and she's been a pretty spectacular player tonight. Layla Hosen, and she comes off the floor. And let's see, that's going to be, they're going to shifting to more of a zone type of defense. It's Sadie Graves in the game. So it looks like they're trying to get everybody in the ball game, as well as Strickland tries a long three-pointer. And that goes off the rim, and here comes Clark up the floor with the basketball. Oh, little ball around the world, got to dribble around the back. Didn't go in with the lay-in. Nice move by Clark, just couldn't convert it. Strickland back up the floor. She's going up the left-hand side. And she kind of comes in. Looks like she may have stepped on the floor. No, she's pushed. She looks like she stepped on the white line, and then the Blanchet's coaching staff is vehemently protesting that. Thought she stepped on the line, but the referee said absolutely not. And now they're all kind of having a little bit of a disagreement on that one. And Strickland gets the ball and gets fouled, and Strickland will go to the line. 18-17, 3:07 to go in the second quarter. Our community radio station, your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Strickland's first free throw is true. 18 all. 18 all. It was 15-7 at the quarter. 11-3 Seattle Prep. Make that 12-3, and they have the lead. 19-18 Prep in the lead. 3:05, 3:04, 3:03. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Clark out on the wing to Mater. Mater takes a couple of dribbles. Closely guarded by Moffitt. Here comes Hansen. Hansen flips it over to Mater. Mater inside to Clark. And Clark with a move. Clark with a move, kind of reminiscent of an old school Elvin Hayes move. For those who remember Elvin Hayes in the 79 Seattle Supersonics Championship Series. Puts Blanchet back on top, 20-19. And guess what, folks? We have a ball game here at Rodeo Bowl Pavilion. Not only do we have great athletes playing, but we have a ball game here. Long shot from Seattle Preps, number 30. That is Stewart with a long three-pointer, making it 22 Seattle Prep. Blanchet 20, 2:14 to go in the second quarter. Clark hands off to Graves. Graves to Mater. Mater to Hansen. Looks like they've gone to a 3-guard offense with Mater, Hansen, and Graves. There's Hansen with the ball, puts it out to Priest. Priest tried to get it into Clark. It was tipped away by Strickland. Ball into the scramble play into the key. And Strickland comes out of it with the basketball somehow. And here comes Prep up the floor. Here comes McKenna Dorsch with the basketball out in the corner to number 30. That's Stewart with another three-pointer. She's feeling good. Ooh, gets a rebound. The rebounded her shot, followed her shot, was able to get a rebound out to her teammates. And they start the offense again. Back inside to Stewart with the shot. She goes inside. No good. Gets her own rebound. That was actually Marvin with the rebound. And a long three-pointer by Strickland. Strickland hits a long one to put up Seattle Prep 25-20 over Blanchet. Clark with the basketball, gets it into Priest. Looks like they're going for some offense. Priest goes down the line, nice looking move off the rim, just couldn't finish the layup. Strickland fires a baseball pass off the rebound, and she finds number 24, Stewart, with the basketball, but that is blocked by Blanchet. Here they come back up the floor. Nice looking speed move by Graves. Graves down the key. It's no good. Here comes Seattle Prep back up the floor with 46 seconds to go in the second quarter, and the action is fast and furious, ladies and gentlemen. Long jumper by Stewart, and it is good, and Stewart's feeling it. Stewart, it's a long three-pointer. Stewart's feeling it right now. 28 for Seattle Prep, 20 for Blanchet, and they've been outscored 20-5 this second quarter. 22, 21, 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. Clark at the top of the key, just kind of whipping the basketball around. She takes a three-pointer herself. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound, Strickland. Strickland with 12 seconds to go. She brings the ball up past the timeline. She's dribbling on the right-hand side, covered by Hanson. She pulls back, hits a long, throws up a long jumper. It's no good. The rebound goes to Stewart, and let's see where the call is. Maddie Stewart grabbed the rebound, and looks like they're going to call, I guess in the NBA, they would call that a loose ball foul. And in high school basketball, they just call it a push. And that'll be Blanchet's basketball. Clark with 2 seconds with one, throws it up from about three-quarter court. The ball bounces off the floor and does not go in. So, what a quarter for Blanchet. They were down by 7. Now they're up by 8. A 20-5 run in the second quarter. It is the Blanchet Braves trailing 28-20 to the Seattle Prep Panthers on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Yeah, Juan, and how about we give another shout out to Public Health Seattle King County for always supporting us and helping us bring these games to you all season long. Is camp, childcare, or in-person school on your family's agenda? Give your child a healthy and safe summer and school year by making sure they're up to date on vaccinations and well child visits. You have the power to protect. And Bishop Blanchet also, by the way, they're actually in the baseball championship as well.
It's been a heck of a year for the team up in North Seattle, up off of 80th Street. As we all know, we pull up that exit so many times as you're heading north towards Northgate. You take the 80th exit, and obviously heading down to Aurora. And that beautiful school has been situated up there for so many years. Goodness sakes, if it wasn't so far up north, I may have gone to Blanchet, but I only went as far as downtown Seattle. But I won't talk about my alma mater because I'll be talking about them in the second game tonight. But nevertheless, Blanchet, they've had a heck of a year, and it really speaks to their administration, their coaches, and their kids for sticking in there. They stuck together through the whole pandemic. And remember, Daniel, there weren't very many workouts or opportunities to work out during the first 2/3 of the school year.
True.
So really down in the, I want to say in the later parts of February, the team started getting together, practicing for these seasons. And I just have to, my hat's off to these kids for sticking with it and not quitting and deciding to go do something else.
Yeah, and not to mention all the efforts made by Rainier Avenue Radio too. We were doing baseball games and basketball games and at least 4 Metro League games a week there for a couple of weeks there. And we did our best to cover baseball in addition to all the basketball. And tomorrow it's supposed to all be decided. Bishop Blanchet at 11-3 will meet Eastside Catholic at undefeated 13-0 at the Southwest Athletic Complex.
Daniel, it goes without saying all of the work that Tony B and all of you and James Street and Taylor Corrine and the staff have done to keep sports alive and to tell the stories in the community. And this year, Daniel, this year, I have never had so many people tell me that they had heard a broadcast on Rainier Avenue Radio. There are friends of mine who say they've made donations to Rainier Avenue Radio. There are friends of mine who have heard broadcasts on Saturday afternoons of football games. There's friends of mine who just feel that this has been a way for us to connect with the community because so many of the parents and so many of the supporters, like tonight, were not allowed to come to the games. So this gives people an opportunity to hear the stories of their friends and their children and their coworkers' children and their coworkers' friends at playing basketball and doing things that mean so much of us during this unusual yet such an important time in world history. Juan Cotto and Daniel Bellis at Seattle Pacific University. We are at halftime. The Seattle Prep Panthers take now a 28-20 lead into the locker room at halftime. They came out cold, and Blanchet came out like a house of cards. They raced up to a 15-4 lead in the first quarter before Seattle Prep was able to hit a couple of buckets, and that made it 15-8 at the end of the first quarter. Then to continue their run, Blanchet went on an 11-0 run that actually was a 7-0 run to start the second quarter, and they made the score 15-15. A big three-pointer by, I believe that was Clark, put Blanchet back on top, and then it's been all Seattle Prep ever since. A 13-2 run at that point, making the score 28-20, and Prep has just really pressed. And unfortunately, Blanchet's missed some shots, and that's what's helped Prep build this lead.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And you were mentioning earlier, Juan, about all the great things that Rainier Avenue Radio is doing in the community. We got a couple of great events coming up next week, especially on Juneteenth. We'll be doing a double header for you in the community. First off, our stop, of course, June 19th is now a recognized holiday here in Washington State, but at 11 to 2 p.m., we will be at Atlantic Street Center for their 20th annual celebration at the Rainier Beach Public Plaza for a COVID-safe celebration of freedom with resources, food, music, Father's Day activities, and more. And then we'll have a second event that day, just an hour later, 3 to 5 p.m. We'll be live from the Othello Park for the community celebration. It Takes a Village Juneteenth Festival with food, music, a history lesson, vendors, and community services. Back to back Juneteenth on Rainier Avenue Radio. You can, of course, stream live and watch it. All the festivities and interviews that we gather from 11 to 2 at Atlantic Street Center, and then 3 to 5 from Othello Park for It Takes a Village Juneteenth Festival. And then just 2 days later, we're going to do it even bigger for Make Music Day Seattle. It's a worldwide holiday every summer solstice, June 21st, which is a Monday. So this year we're going hybrid, free, all ages. You can listen in and watch, stream on Rainier Avenue Radio from Pier 62 on the Seattle waterfront from noon until 9. Performances from Al Hirsch, Tina Hendricks Academy, Surround Sound Band, Goodie Bag, Art Parlor, and more. Volunteer Park. We'll be broadcasting from 7 p.m. Flower Pot Music, a new collection of pieces by composer Elliot Cole. Fremont Troll Public Sculptures on Music Day, 5 to 8 p.m. Junkophonics, learn how to build and play musical instruments created from found objects. There will be tiny marching bands all day, starting at 12:30 on the Seattle waterfront with the Mark Smashing One Love Band. And Window Serenades. Select nursing homes are partnering to invite solo musicians to safely serenade residents from outside their windows. Lots and lots of festivities planned for Make Music Day on June 21st, and you can check it all on Rainier Avenue Radio. We will be broadcasting live all of that all day long in that annual celebration, all virtual this year, although we will be in the community, but we invite you to listen and watch on Rainier Avenue Radio. Also the app, Rainier Avenue Radio, Android, iPhone users, and our website, rainieravenueradio.world.
Daniel, can I ask you a question?
You can always ask me a question, Juan.
When do you find time to sleep? You guys have so many things going on, and with the solstice going on, um, that means you guys are going to be up 24 hours a day.
Man, tell me about it. At least it's not like a day on Mercury, which lasts a whole year.
Juan Cotto and Daniel Bellis here at Seattle Pacific University. We're giving a shout out to Tony Benton. Hopefully, you got to see his unbelievable stuff that he did at Black Wall Street this week. And Tony just totally not only an activist, but a man who has such a great conscience for our community and for the people in our community. And I'm just so glad that he and such an entrepreneurial mindset went down to that event. And so great to hear his reports and see some of the things that he did down there. And I know he's probably listening. He's probably uh, wherever he is at right now, whether he is in the air or whether he is in his car driving somewhere. He's probably listening to this broadcast. So I want to say hello to my man, Tony B, because with you, this Rainier Avenue Radio doesn't doesn't happen. And just think, Tony, the lives that you've touched and the community that you've impacted on our community radio station, your community radio station, and the work that you've done. So thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. And if you are interested in broadcasting, he talks about this all the time when he's on the radio. You know, they have programs for young people who, if you would like to be a broadcaster, if you would like to come and share the mic with me, if you would like to set up the productions, if you would like to learn how to produce radio shows, if you'd like to be a part of Rainier Avenue Radio broadcasts. So many young people that we have worked with and we've seen them grow up professionally over the last 4 or 5 years have started right here doing basketball games and working with us on Rainier Avenue Radio.
And we got one of them right here, Kareem, who does production for the traffic jam, is helping us with the camera today. He started with us, just wanting to get into radio, and he's been a great part of the team.
Seattle Pacific University, the Christian school over on the it is in the Ballard neighborhood, actually just a little bit south of Ballard. I believe this is the Lower Queen Anne area over here in Seattle. As the ball comes in, Grace Savage throws it over to Hosen, and they say Hosen is over and back, carried it back across the line. I'm not sure about that because I thought you were able to inbound the basketball that way, but they did not see it that way. So obviously, my adoption of the rules or my interpretation of the rules is wrong. Prep takes the basketball over. Strickland gets the inbounds pass from Dorsch, and it looks like there was a little touch foul over there. There was a little bit of a grab, and that was, I believe, on. If I'm not mistaken, that was Hosen or Clark, but nevertheless, the foul is picked up. Toss into Strickland, and a nice pass from Moffitt. Moffitt tosses it into Strickland, and that puts Seattle Prep up 30-20. And the ball is now stolen by Strickland in the back court. Here she comes to the top of the key. And wait a minute. Looks like there was either the clock didn't reset, something didn't happen, and walking in behind us, I believe, is the O'Day Fighting Irish to come in. The O'Day Irish will be playing in the championship game next.
Also against Prep.
Against the Seattle Prep Panthers, who obviously they've amped up the basketball program. Is Dorsch. McKenna throws in a long three-pointer for the White Wing. And that puts Seattle Prep up 33-20. 7:27 to go in the third quarter. And I tell you, Prep has come out of the locker room in fuego. Dorsch with the basketball. Looking. She finds Stewart. Stewart across the top of the key, heavily covered by Savage. Strickland at the top of the key. Hosen on her. Pass inside to Stewart. Stewart outside to Dorsch. Dorsch flips it around to Moffitt. Moffitt down the key. She's rejected by Priest. That knocks the ball out to the wing. The ball is rotated around by Prep. Nice little dribble drive by Strickland. Strickland to Dorsch. Dorsch inside to Stewart. Stewart turns and spins on Gracie Savage. Just not tall enough to help out with that. 35. Seattle Prep. Blanchet 20. And now the real Seattle Prep Panthers just really sticking it to the Bishop Blanchet Braves. We'll see if they can make any adjustments. Down by 15 points with 6:57 to go in the third quarter.
They are who we thought they were.
They really are, and they really are starting to hit the accelerator. Nice looking pass outside by Gracie Savage out to get past the outstretched arms. They work the ball down to Clark. Clark makes the layup, and that makes it 35-22. So that gets Blanchet on the board in the second half. 6:43 to go. Rainier Avenue Radio World. Juan Cotto, Daniel Bellis. Strickland does a nice job of dribble driving that basketball when she throws it off the backboard, and it, like everything this quarter, it goes in. Strickland made a nice dribble drive move right down the lane. She gets fouled on the play, I believe, by Priest, and that will send Strickland to the line for one.
Yeah, that's more points in her career. I think she is the other Seattle Prep player to go over 1,000 in her career.
Seeing how she shoots the basketball and seeing how she dribbles it in particular. A long three-pointer again off the front of the rim, no good. Hosen with the rebound. Dribbles at the right-hand side, 37-22 Prep, 6:25 to go. Nice looking dribble drive move, and she gets fouled. That is going to be Emma Nisbet with the foul on Hosen as she was maneuvering down the lane and throw up a right-handed shot just a little bit too hard off the backboard, but it will now go to the line to shoot two. Boy, I tell you, at the start of this game, it was kind of like the tennis match today. Boy, Nadal came out like a house of fire, just like the Blanchet Braves did, and Prep kind of righted themselves, got hot, and now they jumped out similar to what Djokovic did. If you did not see the tennis match today, one of the most dominant four-set matches I've ever seen. We'll go down in memory. It was the best one of the tennis matches I've ever seen. Is the free throw Smith. Novak Djokovic someone finally beat Rafael Nadal at the French Open. They call it the Roland Garros. And he will play Tsitsipas on Sunday. As Seattle Prep's rotating the basketball around, they find down in the corner. That's number 2 with that shot. That's Emma Nisbet. It's off the rim, no good. But the rebound goes to Moffitt. Long jumper by Dorsch. It's no good. Here comes Clark with the rebound, and she's dribbling it up the floor. Pass to Priest. Priest, nice looking Euro step underneath. Just couldn't convert the layup. And now back into the hands of Strickland. Strickland with her face mask on, adjusting it. Flips outside to Moffitt. Moffitt on the right wing. Guarded by a couple of Blanchet players out there. Strickland gets the pass from Dorsch, and she was in the key, and she throws an elbow, the referee says. She muscled her way into the basket after a nice pass from Dorsch right in the middle of the key, but they said that there was a little elbow delivered, and they called that a foul on Strickland. Now, as Blanchet's starting to come up the ball, Hosen gets grabbed by number 33. That's Lydia Michael. Picks up that foul. 5:30 to go in the third quarter. Seattle Pacific University, one of the great academic institutions in Seattle. Rainier Avenue Radio World, one of the great community radio stations in Seattle. And we are broadcasting the 2021 Seattle Metro League Championship, which is all in essence. I mean, this is really in essence the state championship, isn't it? I mean, this is where basketball lives in the state of Washington. It's Seattle. Usually it's the Seattle schools at the 3A level. Strickland with the basketball. Nice looking move there. She just dipped that shoulder down, just couldn't convert the layup. Here comes Clark with the basketball. She dribble drives past Dorsch off the window, no good. Nice looking rebound by Priest. Priest couldn't convert. Bodies flying everywhere. Strickland, nice looking left-handed pass, and nice little stutter step by number 2. That's Emma Nisbet. Nice looking play, but little push under there by Nisbet. I think she got frustrated that she missed that open shot. She got a little bit of ahead of herself, tried to go for the rebound, and knocked into the Blanchet rebounders, and they called her for the foul. She comes out of the game, and they throw number 33 back onto the floor. That's Lydia Michael checking back into the ball game for the Seattle Prep Panthers. 4:48 to go in the third quarter. Seattle Prep 37. The Bishop Blanchet Braves 23 on Rainier Avenue Radio World. Juan Cotto, Daniel Bellis, and a bunch of yelling and screaming parents. As you can probably hear in the background, Gracie Savage down the lane. Took a little. They call her for a push. Yes. She's gonna say I thought she took one more step than she needed to, but obviously the momentum of the push pushed her into that, and the foul was picked up by, I believe that was Nisbet, or that may have been Michael. Check on who the foul was on. Clark with about a 10-footer on the left wing. That is good, just off the baseline. 37-35, 37-25. And Prep up by 12. See, the Blanchet cuts the lead to 12. 4:14 to go. There's still plenty of time to go in the ball game. As Strickland comes across, as they were just kind of passing the ball off, she didn't stop her feet as she was looking at a three-pointer, and they call her for traveling. So this will be Blanchet's basketball with 4:11 to go in the third quarter. It is Bishop Blanchet 37, Seattle Pro 25 on your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Yep, definitely. And shouts out to our sponsors that are continuing to help us put these broadcasts on just for you. Not only can you help us out as well, feel free to donate. Go to Venmo, Rainier Avenue Radio, or go to our website, RainierAvenueRadio.world, and click donate. And you can find out all the information. It's really easy to help us out to stay relevant, but also Public Health Seattle King County. Call your healthcare provider to find out what vaccinations your child's due for. Make an appointment today. Need help finding a provider? Visit parenthelp123.org or call the Help Me Grow Washington hotline, 1-800-322-2588. Interpretation is available.
I'm always posting pictures, Daniel, and got some disinfectant foam. I have some disinfecting wipes and some black nitrate gloves. As Clark hits a long three-pointer to make the score 37-28. The Seattle Prep Panthers, they cut that lead down to 9 on that three-pointer. But it's always nice to have all of this stuff that we should have been doing in the first place pre-pandemic, washing your hands, using wipes, and keeping yourself clean. And I think we've all learned a lesson for a long time as Victor Blanchet's hosting gets the rebound. She dribbles down the middle of the floor. Nice speed as she goes straight to the basket. And they've cut this lead down to 7, 37-30. So here comes the Braves. No fight. No, a lot of fight left in them and plenty of time, too. Long three-pointer by number 23, Moffitt. Megan Moffitt with a long three-pointer, putting the Panthers back up by 10. And Daniel Bellis, like you said, these 2,000-point scorers, they're not afraid to shoot the rock.
They're definitely solid, and it's unfortunate they'll be robbed on going toward the state championship. That's for sure in their senior year.
Long jumper. There are 3 lines now in college basketball. You're at the high school line at 19 feet, a little bit further for the college line, and then another one out there. And I tell you, that shot by Moffitt was like the NBA line. Their free throw was off the rim, no good. And let's see what they call here. A little bit of a push. Oh, they call a lane violation on number 11, who's checked into the end. It's Hansen. So that'll put Moffitt back on the game. And let me tell you something, 1,000-point scorers don't often miss 2 free throws in a row.
Yeah, we got to need to get Molly Moffitt for the Storm ASAP.
Here's a shot. It's drained. 41-30. Here comes the Blanchet Braves on the floor. Flip pass up to Graves. Graves dribbles, flips it back outside. Long three-pointer on the way. It's off the rim, no good. The shot was taken by number 44, Talia Clark, for Blanchet. Here comes Prep down the floor. That's Doris with the basketball, and she tried to throw a pass over to her teammate Lydia Michael, and that one goes out of bounds. And now here comes Isabel May into the ball game, checking in, number 42 for Seattle Prep. Seattle Prep wearing white jerseys. They have blue trim. They have Prep in blue letter trims in black across the upper part of the uniform with their numbers trimmed in black and with a blue uniform. Beautiful navy blue color. Who's always Duke. We always joked that Seattle Prep was trying to be like Duke University with their uniforms when I was an O'Day guy.
They're playing like it.
Blanchet wearing the green. They look like the Oakland A's, if you can envision that. Green uniforms, the yellow numbers trimmed in white. And Bishop over the top of their numbers on the front, Blanchet on the bottom. As their Prep guard, Lydia Michael, brings the ball on the floor. Tried to get rid of it, and she was heavily guarded. Got it to Strickland, and Strickland called for traveling as she just moved her feet a little bit as she received that basketball. Here comes Blanchet. 2:33 to go in the third quarter. We've seen that they have a lot of fight, and they also can knock down three-pointers. And let me tell you something, Daniel, they're not out of it.
No, not by any shade.
2:30 2:31, 2:29, 2:28 to go in the third quarter. Hosen calling up the signs, looking at Prep's 2-3 defense. Put the ball out to Hanson, Hanson to Clark. Across the key to Graves, a way aggressive floor. They switch it, Hosen down the lane. She throws up a little flip shot, no good. Rebound Strickland. Strickland, and I tell you, they all rebound and start to fast break themselves. Usually look to be an outlet passer. In today's basketball, they just pick up the ball and start taking it up the floor. Strickland with a couple of nice dribble moves, never gave it up. And just like Magic Johnson goes to the basket and lays it in. That'd be Santa Prep 43, Blanchet 30. No time to even hold my breath because Hanson goes down the lane. She misses her layup attempt. Tough shot, but she got to the basket. Strickland outside, and unfortunately, number 33 there, Lydia Michael, was so excited to get started. She didn't see that she was stepped out of bounds. She was on the white line and was getting ready to dribble to the basket. So these two teams both believe in fast break basketball. Here comes Hosen up the floor. 1:38 to go in the third quarter. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Nice looking move by Tia Clark. And she's being pushed around by everyone as she went for the rebound. Bodies flying. Here comes Dorsch up the floor with the basketball. Flips to May. May makes a nice move. What a move by May. She got the ball on the key, stepped over, went up for the shot, and was fouled. 43-30. Seattle Prep on top. 1:21 to go in the third quarter. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Juan Cotto, Daniel Bellis, hearing and watching and telling the stories of our children in the community. And May, tough to come into the ball game in the middle of the third quarter. She put up a shot and it didn't hit anything. But she's another young lady who's a good basketball player, and you don't see two missed shots very often from the Seattle Prep Panthers. She'll probably knock this one down. Wholesale changes. Here comes DiPietro. Pronounce it the Italian way. DiPietro checking into the ball game for the Blanchet Braves. The second free throw bounces around the rim and is no good. Rebound by Clark. Clark up the floor. He's got number 10 over there in the corner. That is DiPietro. Ava DiPietro. Clark, right wing, top of the key. Jumper, no good. Rebound. And that is number 1 for Seattle Prep. That's Lydia Naveen with the basketball. She puts it over to her little sidekick off the bench, Lydia Michael. Dorsch now with the basketball at the top of the key, governed by Priest. And once again, Michael is just way out there on the wing. It's almost like they practice on a bigger court. She's stepping on the line when she catches the basketball. Not even on the floor, just not being cognizant. As we go under 1 minute, it's now 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. It is the Seattle Prep Panthers 43, Bishop Blanchet 30. Clark throws in a jumper. How did that one stay out of the basket? I don't know. One of those laws of physics. The ball rattles all the way in and then comes out. Here comes the Panthers up the floor. And the dribbling of Lydia Michael is awesome. She dribbled that one off of the foot of Marilyn Priest. So Priest over there trying to defend, and Michael doing a spin move and went off the foot of Priest. Prep's basketball. Prep working the ball. Outside here now to Michael. Michael just trying to find some space there. Getting some help from Nisbet and also from Dorsch. And she's a 5-second closely guarded call. And you don't see that call very often anymore. You don't see the 5-second closely guarded calls. 14 seconds to go. Here comes the basketball. DiPietro flips it to Hosen. Hosen to Hanson. Hanson to Hosen. Flips it over to DiPietro for a long three-pointer. It's off the heel. No good. Rebound Hanson. Hanson with 4 seconds in the key. She tries to go up for a lay-in. It's no good. Rebound May. May puts the ball to Nady, and that will do it for the third quarter. So with 3 quarters down, Seattle Prep jumps out to a lead, and they're able to hold on to a little bit of it. It's 43 Seattle Prep. It is Bishop Blanchet 30.
Yes, it definitely is. And shouts out to Public Health Seattle King County for making these broadcasts possible. And all of us have struggled through the COVID-19 pandemic, and many of our communities have been particularly hard hit. Some things definitely need to change, but a few things should stay the same, like protecting your child from serious diseases you can prevent now. Preventable diseases like measles, mumps, and whooping cough. There are placement games also going on for girls ball right now, actually. For third place, it's right now between Holy Names and Garfield. Fifth place is Roosevelt and Franklin. And seventh place is Eastside Catholic at Lakeside.
Sitting behind us is Jason Kerr and the O'Day Fighting Irish, and they're getting ready to take on the Seattle Prep Panthers tonight in the championship game following this one. And of course, the Irish will be without their all everything superstar, Paulo Banchero, who graduated, and he is now residing at Duke University as Seattle Prep works the ball in. Long jumper by um, that was by Moffitt, was no good. Here goes Blanchet flying up the floor. Gracie Savage down the left wing. Blitz it outside to Clark. Clark throws it all the way across the floor, and he actually gets stolen by Lydia Michael. So here comes Strickland up the floor right now. But Paulo Banchero, he is already at Duke University, so he will not be with the Irish tonight. And so we never got to see that young man finish his high school basketball career. Started out as a football player for the O'Day Irish. We thought he was going to be a quarterback for the Irish, and he decided to start focusing on basketball, and probably next year will be in the National Basketball Association draft. As a long jumper is taken by number 10, that's Ava DiPietro. It's no good. It's rebounded by Prep. Here comes Dorsch up the floor to Moffitt. Moffitt to number 2, Nisbet. And the ball is swatted out of bounds. 43-30. 7:07 to go. Is this a coronation, or will Blanchet make a run? Blanchet had the lead in this ball game early. Thought it was all theirs. It was going in their direction. Seattle Prep said, nope, we're going to come back, and they've been out in front ever since. Long three-pointer ends up short by Stewart. Here comes Clark with the basketball. Clark, hesitation move, and pulls the ball back out to the corner. Flips it to teammate outside. Here comes Priest down low. Nice-looking spin move by Priest. That cuts the lead to 9, and Daniel. Blanchet's not out of it, and a steal by Clark. Clark with the basketball up the left wing. She stops at the three-point line on the wing. Brings the ball to the center. Gives it to Hosen. Hosen with the basketball. Dribbles in on Dorsch. Gets through the key. What do they call? No. She made the layup, but they're saying no, that the foul occurred before the basket. So it gets waved off, but there is no quit in these Blanchet Braves. Juan Cotto, Daniel Bellis, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, your community radio station, our community radio station. I don't know where you're at in this world. You could be sitting there just flipping through the internet, and you are listening to high school girls basketball, the City of Seattle Metro League championship game, the girls division. 43-32 Seattle Prep on top, 6:28 to go. This is what we do on Rainier Avenue Radio. World music, politics, talk. We do a lot of talk. We do a lot of talk for those who like to listen to talk. Talk on every subject you could possibly think of, and some of it is deeply engaging and interesting. Some of it is just hilarious. But we talk about everything. We have a lot of fun, and we tell the stories of our kids. And these are the kids in the community contesting for the Metro League Basketball Championship. So wherever you are, we hope you're enjoying this broadcast, and we hope you will listen to others. As number 30, Gabby Stewart takes a long three-pointer. It's no good. It's rebounded by Clark and Blanchet. And here they come up the floor, right down the middle. And Clark is aggressive, and she takes it to the basket, and she gets fouled. She gets fouled by Strickland. Strickland's kind of like, come on. And Strickland picks up the foul. And here comes Clark to the line to cut this lead. If she makes this free throw to 8 points, and we will still have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The Seattle Prep Panthers have arrived over here to my left. They're getting ready to play a little basketball game, and the free throw is good. So it is 43-35 Seattle Prep. Blanchet just clawing, digging their nails into this and trying to keep themselves in this ball game.
Sometimes that's all you need to do to win.
I mean, it really is all about sticking with it. It's about sticking with it. It's about having a mindset of not being pushed around. It's a mindset of never giving up. It's a mindset of fighting, and that's exactly what the Blanchet girls are doing right now. They just want to scratch and claw and see if they can cut into this 8-point lead. Another basket. I always talked about a minute to go, a minute to play. They're 8 points down with 6 minutes to go. If they get one more basket here, they can really say that they have a chance to win this basketball game.
Quite possible.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world, our community radio station, your community radio station, a station of love, a station of honor, a station of the community. And tonight you're seeing another great example of that great high school basketball action. The Odie Irish and the Seattle Prep Panthers, the boys 3A championship game is coming up next. But right now, Seattle Prep working the basketball. That is Lydia Nabeen with the basketball. And she tries to flip it over to Moffitt, but he gets knocked out of bounds by Clark. And let me tell you something about Blanchet's Clark. She's everywhere. Talia Clark is everywhere. She's going to be knocking the ball around. She's going to be taking tough shots. And here comes a long three-pointer by Dorsch. It's no good. Rebound Hosen for Blanchet. Let's see if they can eat into the lead. Down the middle of the floor she goes. Nice little dribble move. Splits back out to Gracie Savage. Gracie to the free throw line. Flips back out to Hosen. Hosen with the acceleration drive. And she was fouled. Ball just trickled off of the back of the rim. We almost had a three-point play there, and that would have sent this place into a frenzy. Hosen at the line to cut this lead to 6. Down by 8. She steps it to the line. 5:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Bends her knees. Free throws up and good. And that ball had outstanding rotation on it. Looks like she's practiced these free throws before. Eyes off the bottom of her shoe with her hand. A la Larry Bird. Looks at the basket. Bends her knees. Throws it up. Nice rotation. It is in. Cuts the lead to 6. 43-37. The Seattle Prep Panthers up by 6 with 5:35 to go. And as I said before, 6 minutes, about 5.5 minutes, 6 minutes to go in the ball game, down by 6. They're in this game. The Blanchet Braves are. Prep makes a change. Strickland back in the ball game. Flips it outside to Michael. Michael dribbling the basketball. Couple of nice moves. Gets up the floor. Takes it, being heavily guarded by Gracie Savage. Gracie like a little gazelle out there, just moving those feet so quick. Crease covering Dorsch. Dorsch at the top of the key. Flips it outside to Michael. Michael dribbled, looking for a teammate. Now she picked up her dribble. Ball gets knocked away by Gracie Savage. Throws it over to Strickland. Strickland with a nice looking move. Stolen by Hosen. How she came out that ball, I'll never know. Hosen with the basketball, waiting for her teammate to come down. Stopped at the free throw line. She drives back into the key. She goes in. The ball is good, and she's grabbed. Hosen is grabbed. And I believe that foul is going to be called on Dorsch. So with 5:03 to go, fast and furious action, 43-47, and this is a chance for them to cut the lead to 4. And it is clear this basketball game is not over. So 5:03, here comes Hosen to the line, and it is just 2 straight free throws, no more one-on-one. So it appears to be that Blanchet is in the bonus, and with all that aggressive driving they've done and picking up some fouls, that gets them 2 shots every opportunity down floor. The knees bend, then the shot hits the front part of the rim and grazes right in. 43-38. 5:03 to go. Blanchet down by 5. Makes his free throw. Blanchet's down by 4. Blanchet's down by 4. 43-39.
Clutch.
Strickland with the basketball. Throws it over to Nabi. Nabi with the basketball. Gives it back to Strickland. Strickland being guarded by both Hussein and Hansen. Dribbles to her left. Runs past Priest. Makes a nice looking dribble move. It bounces off of the leg of number 11, Hansen. It will be Seattle Prep's ball. 13 seconds to go on the shot clock. And that's an indication Strickland being aggressive with the basketball, but she's doing it all by herself. Here comes Levine with the basketball. Flips it out to Moffitt. And there's a hold. Looks like that may have been Hosen. Are they going to call Hosen with that? No, they're going to call. They're going to call Maddie Priest with a grab on Strickland. Strickland got the basketball inbounded, and she was making her cut and was grabbed by Priest. 43-39, 4 minutes, 43 seconds ago. Your community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Here goes Strickland just running to the basket. She just put her shoulder down a la Charles Barkley, said, I'm going to the hole. Hansen with a three-pointer. Is it good? It's off the rim. No good. Rebound Strickland, but stolen by Gracie Savage. Gracie Savage wants that basketball back. She takes a 12-footer, and it's good. 45-41. Prep over Blanchet. Blanchet saying, no, we're not giving up. We're fighting, actually. Gracie Savage hounding Michael with the basketball. Gives it to Strickland. Strickland covered by Hosen at halfway between the Cyclops and the top of the key. So Blanchet extending the pressure. Flips the ball in the corner to the knee. Levine brings the ball up to the top of the key. Flips it over to Dorsch. Dorsch with a pass. It's stolen by Clark. Clark dribbling the ball down the center of the floor. Making a couple of moves. She goes to the basket, throws it up, and it rattles off the rim, but she gets fouled, it looks like, by Moffitt. Moffitt fouls Clark, and that is going to put Clark at the line, 45-41, and 2 free throws will cut this lead to 3. And beautiful multicolored shoes. The first free throw is good. 45-42. Actually, my math, that Catholic school math again, if she makes this free throw, it's going to cut the lead to 2 points, ladies and gentlemen. 45-42, 45-43, 3:44 to go. A little more than 3 minutes to play, and you're only down by 2. Blanchet's in this ballgame. What a fourth quarter comeback they've had. They were down by as many as 15 points, and now they are down to a 2-point deficit. Seattle Prep with the basketball. That's Strickland at the top. Moving right down the lane. She throws out to Nabi. Nabi fakes a shot, drives herself down the lane, throws up a shot at the rim, no good. Rebound goes to a heck of a hustle move in there to get that rebound by Gabby Stewart. Gabby Stewart camped in there and just really boxed everybody out. Got the miss by Nabi. Nice drive by Nabi, just couldn't convert. And she is fouled. And that sends Gabby Stewart to the line, and her first free throw is good, 46-43, and I just could feel a collective breath being let go by the Seattle Prep Panther fans. The next shot is good, 47-43. So that's Seattle Prep 47, Blanchet 43, 3:17 to go. Gracie Savage with the basketball. Hands it off to Hanson. Hanson with a nice little stutter step, gives it to Clark. Clark lays it in, 45-47. Ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Flip down to Stewart ahead of everybody. She goes for the basket, and it's good. Gabby Stewart lay in, 49-45. Prep up by 4. Wilson with the basketball. She dribbles in. She finds a little short area to put the ball up. It goes off the rim, off of the hands of Priest. Priest almost had the rebound. Here comes Nabi from a pass from Dorsch. Nabi goes straight down the line. She puts one up. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound. She gets her own. Nabi with the basketball. Flips it out to Dorsch. Looks like they're going to call. What are they going to call? Seattle Prep calls timeout. I was looking at the referee, and he makes the timeout sound like it was a technical. I thought he was calling a technical on the coach. Deserves what they wanted timeout. Boy, that would have changed the game. 49-45. Seattle Prep up by 4 with 2:34 to go in the game.
Quite a different outcome than what these teams did earlier this year. In the opener of both of their seasons, Prep won very convincingly in that one. Actually, it was a 58-36 contest. It's amazing the turnaround that the season Bishop Blanchet has definitely improved throughout.
Well, obviously, Clark has really impressed me. She has, Talia Clark, she's someone who gets up and down the floor. She's not scared to take any shot, very, very aggressive with the basketball. And Hosen, number 13, their guard, she's another one. She goes right down the middle of the floor, and she can't dish it out. She goes straight to the hoop, and those two have really led this charge for Bishop Blanchet.
Yeah, Bishop Blanchet actually lost their first 2 games of the season, so they were playing from behind right from the start. And it's one reason why they're really surprising here in the playoffs.
Stewart is going to inbound the basketball for Prep, flips it out to Strickland. Strickland on the right wing, and now hands the ball off up the floor a little bit to Stewart. Stewart hands the ball off to Moffitt. Moffitt hands the ball to Strickland. Back out to Gabby Stewart with the basketball. Nice ball movement by Seattle Prep. Strickland with the ball on the elbow. Gracie Savage guarding her, much taller, height advantage. Flips it into the basket right down the middle. 51-45. That is Seattle Prep with the lead. Posted at the top of the key. Working it. Flows it over to Gracie Savage. They need a 3 ball. over the top of the rim. Rebound is Stewart's. Stewart dribbles off her foot. The ball bounces in the hands of Strickland. Strickland, now they're running up the floor. Here comes Dorsch with the basketball. Dorsch takes it to the top of the key. She's going to try to set this up. Nice looking ball movement and nice looking dribbling, I should say, by Dorsch. Stewart with the basketball. Hands off to the B. The B finds Dorsch. Dorsch at the top, gives it to Strickland. Strickland backs in on Hussein. Yeah, they're just not tall enough to cover her. The guards cannot cover Strickland. So when she has Gracie on her, or when she has Hosen on her, she's going to the basket. Hansen back out to Hosen. Hansen with the long three ball. Off the rim, no good. And that ball gets in the hands of the B. The B flips the ball over to Dorsch. Dorsch bringing the ball up, and a timeout is called by Seattle Prep. With 1:08 to go, Seattle Prep up by 8. They withstood this little bit of a run, couple of baskets, and now they are up on top and looking to solidify this basketball game. And I bet you they'll go low down to Stewart to try to find an easy basket.
They are definitely trying to spoil the party for Seattle Prep. I mean, undefeated, 12-0. They led the league in points scored per game. They led the league in points allowed. Prep was the team to beat all year long. And here they are with almost 1 minute to go and only up by 4.
Blanchet closed the lead down to 2 points, 43-45. Could not get closer. Now Blanchet and Prep went on an 8-2 run to jump out to an 8-point advantage. 1:07 to go. 105, 104, coming underneath a minute. Stewart with the basketball, guarded by Clark. Flips it out to Moffitt. Moffitt to Nabi, who's going to shoot a three-pointer. High arcing shot off the rim, no good. It's bouncing around, and Strickland somehow comes out with it. Ball bounces right in the hands of Strickland, just like she had a magnet. Being hounded heavily by Hosen. To Dorsch. To Moffitt. Moffitt will throw it out. I thought she was going to throw it to Stewart. She throws it to Dorsch. Now they get the ball to Strickland. Coachly guarded by Hossein. And I think they're going to call something. I think they're going to call a foul. Fouls on 13 Hosen for a reach. 33.8 seconds to go. Checking into the ballgame for Blanchet is Jackie Holloman. Off the floor, a young lady that played a tremendous basketball game, Marilyn Priest. Marilyn Priest scored. Marilyn Priest rebounded. Marilyn Priest ran the floor. Just a really impressive performance tonight for number 34 for Blanchet. Ball gets tipped around off the missed free throw. Here comes the Blanchet Braves with the basketball. DiPietro back in the game. Throws the ball to Hosen. Hosen down the key. Nice looking dribble move. She's been so aggressive the entire night. 53-47, and a timeout is called by Blanchet. Nice dribble move by Hosen, who's played a tremendous basketball game. Once again, she's been very aggressive. She's really monitored the flow of the offense and as an attacking point guard. Rainier Avenue Radio World, ladies and gentlemen. We're calling basketball games. Looking forward to a summer of activity on this radio station as we are going to continue to tell the stories of our children, and we're going to continue to be a great social partner and look at the issues that are impacting and affecting our communities. 21.3 seconds to go. Seattle Pacific University is the home of the Metro League Championship games. Here comes Seattle Prep. McKenna Dorsch is going down, and she's getting the basketball. She picks it up at the baseline. Flips it out to, of course, Strickland. Strickland is quickly fouled by Hosen. So we will see if Strickland can knock down a couple of free throws and start to ice this thing with 20 seconds to go. The O'Day Fighting Irish will take on the Seattle Prep Panthers about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. They'll get warmed up, and the teams will come on the court and get ready to go.
And quite the little rivalry that they've been having lately. That was the football championship as well, which O'Day ended up walking all over. But earlier on, Seattle Prep got that win for the first time in over 30 years.
It was a long, long bus ride back from Memorial Stadium to to the O'Day campus to explain to everyone how you lost to Seattle Prep.
But O'Day got the last laugh,
They,
49-7.
they sure did. In and out goes the ball, and Strickland misses a second free throw. Scramble play, and it's going to be a jump ball. Let me see who has the possession arrow. The possession arrow looks like it's going to go to Blanchet. No, they call a foul. The foul is on Narai. So I was pronouncing that name wrong. It's Narai. And that is going to put Hanson at the line, number 11, Hanson. She's shooting 2 free throws. 54-47. Seattle Prep up by 7, 15 seconds to go. Not likely you can have a comeback, but a comeback certainly can happen. We've seen Reggie Miller pull off 8-point comebacks in the final minute as the free throw goes down by Hanson, making the score 54-48. 6-point lead for Seattle Prep. Hanson bends her knees, dribbles a couple times. Nice rotation. Off the back of the rim. Comes right back out to Hanson. She gets the rebound. Hosen with the basketball. They're rotating around. Long three-pointer off the rim. No good by Holloman. Scramble play. Let's see where that ball is. And I tell you, these gals are hustling. There were 4 girls down on the floor fighting for that basketball. Looks like it's going to be Seattle Press basketball. The foul is called on Hanson. That's going to go ahead and put Seattle Prep on the free throw line. That's going to put Moffitt there. And I think that pretty much ices it. 6 points up with 5 seconds to play. Blanchet making a couple of wholesale changes. DiPietro coming back in and Mater coming back in. Here comes Moffitt. Off the back rim goes the free throw. Clark with the rebound. 2 seconds, 1 second. She throws up a last second three-pointer. And it goes off the top of the backboard. And Seattle Prep is your champion for 2021 in the Seattle Metro League. Congratulations to the Seattle Prep Panthers for winning the Metro League Basketball Championship. Congratulations to all you did to get there and to hang in, and your patience and perseverance pays off as you are the Metro League 2021 COVID-19 pandemic shortened season champion.
13-0. But shouts out to Bishop Blanchet, man. That upset of number 1 Franklin, that defeat of the Holy Names, and then coming in here and taking the big dog this year in Metro League's girls basketball action all the way to the end.
Talking about getting hot at the right time. And that is the Blanchet Braves. And they fight, claw, and scrap their way to victory. Or sorry, the Seattle Prep Panthers. But you were saying the Blanchet Braves, they fought, clawed, and scrapped their way to the state championship game. And started off the season with 2 losses, righted the ship, and caught fire in the tournament. And that's the last thing you want to play as a team that gets hot in the tournament. And Blanchet got hot, ended up in the state championship, and actually took the lead, got down. I really thought they were out for the game. I thought that was really going to be it for them in the second half. But they put their lunch buckets on and picked up their lunch buckets, put their helmets on, and they went to work and chopped this lead down to 2 points before Seattle Prep was just able to get away with it. So there are the Seattle Prep girls getting their pictures taken right now at half court. And they are the Seattle City champions, the Metro League champions, 3A in the state of Washington, which is the second largest classification. And they are walking off with the crown on your community radio station, our community radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Yep.
Are we going to break or are we going to stay here?
We are definitely going to take a short intermission before 7:30 when the O'Day and Seattle Prep play their contest for the boys championship. So thank you all for tuning in to the girls championship. Congratulations to the undefeated and Metro League champions for 2021 Seattle Prep. We'll be back at 7:30. O'Day, Kings of the South, and Seattle Prep, Kings of the North, number one seeds battling it out, 7:30 p.m. Join us then. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, app, Rainier Avenue Radio, and our website, rainieravenueradio.world. We'll be back at 7:30 p.m. See you then.
Adios.